best. I'm so sorry I had to reschedule. Listen, I was so overwhelmed last week. Overstimulation. It's like new to me of acknowledging it because that's what I was. Worn out and overstimulated. I needed a break. I needed a break. My teenagers were teenagering. So, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Fury. I'm a recovering addict. I was an addict on hard drugs for over 30 years. So was my husband. Okay, we were married for 20 years. We had 6 beautiful children. Made a lot of music together. Tragic love story. He went to rehab. I went to rehab. And then he died. We got a divorce before he died. It's been about 2 years since his death. And I'm here raising the 3 younger children on my own, pretty much. Raising kids on a budget. Neurodivergent kids. I have avoidant, excuse me, I have avoidant personality disorder. I have bipolar 2. I have a kid that has bipolar 1, one that is emotionally indifferent, and another one that is neurodivergent. So my whole life is built around healing, and that's what my channel is about. You know what I'm saying? Using food to heal yourself, learning about your spiritual gifts, getting closer to God, and healing from childhood trauma. I don't really leave my house. I'm celibate. I don't have relationships with anybody. But it's my anxiety. My anxiety is giving me hiccups. Like, I haven't been live in 2 weeks, and I have avoidant personality disorder. So interacting is overwhelming for me. I've actually been stressing a lot lately, and that raises cortisol levels, and that makes functioning very challenging. So I've just been trying to get myself together the past few weeks. You know, interacting with my kids is very hard for me. Interacting in social situations is almost impossible. I only leave my house if I have to. I actually force myself to leave the house because of my therapy. My therapist wants me to leave the house more, so it's like part of my therapy because I'm going to be a hermit otherwise. A whole hermit card, child. Like, it's not even cute being a Scorpio and being the Tower card, the Fool card, and the Hermit card all in one person. It's not cute. So now that you have a little backstory, if you're new, the topic this week, I go live. First of all, because it challenges me to interact. Most of the time, I already have a topic. I like to use my lives as an accountability tool to make sure that I'm keeping up with my goals. I have new goals every week. At least that's how I used to do it. Now I'm just trying to keep track of my growth, pretty much. And also, you get to see a different side of creators when they can't edit out their emotions, basically. Because sometimes I'll go blank staring at a wall because I'm reliving my trauma, which, by the way, intrusive thoughts have been kicking my ass this week. I wasn't going to speak on this just in case it was a spiritual attack, but whatever. This is how my mind works, and this is the mental torture that I go through. Okay, so I suffer from intrusive thoughts because I don't want to claim suffering, all that. You know, there's power in words, whatever, whatever. So I was stressing about my kids approximately 6 weeks ago because that's about how long it's taken my finger to heal. So long story short, I was cutting some cabbage, feeling bad about cussing my kids out in my head, which we're going to touch on that later, cussing kids out. Don't let me forget. And I was talking to God, feeling like I should be punished for having these negative thoughts about my kids, and I cut part of my finger off. I felt so stupid. And it was so painful. So anyway, because I was going like this, I like sawed into my finger. It was like, and I could feel it. So now I keep replaying that cutting sensation randomly, like ghost pains, but I can feel it. And I feel like my tongue's being sliced up and my fingers being sliced up. So I've been dealing with that for the past week. Like, what? Where did that come from? All these new symptoms, like, yo, I'm so mental. And it's just like so challenging for me just even to exist in any kind of space, let alone be a mom. It's so challenging having mental health issues and being a mom, let alone being a mom to children that have mental health slash spiritual, not afflictions, but like gifts, sensitivities. Because there's a thin line between having a mental health diagnosis and having spiritual sensitivities. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're hearing voices, but sometimes you're hearing voices because you're hearing voices, not because you're crazy type stuff. And I don't like calling people crazy or being called crazy because it makes it so you feel like you can dismiss them, like their information doesn't matter, like what they're saying isn't relevant. Just because you're not picking up on the frequency of something that you cannot see with your eyes does not mean it is not there. That does not mean that you are crazy. Yes, you can pick up information from inanimate objects or things that are not human. that doesn't make you crazy, and it's a shame that there's not more support. Which brings me to an issue that I have now. I am not going to be a person that sits up here and downs another female, whether it's music, because I make music as well. Masters of Fate Music is my record label. My whole family works there, pretty much. My daughter does photography. One of my sons, he does all of like the set design and stuff like that, storyboarding, and the other one does all the videography. So we're all creatives. Okay. My issue is I don't want to be that person that attacks other females. There's two things I don't like. I don't like being compared to other artists. You don't need to listen to my music and tell me I sound like anybody, because no, I don't. Okay? I don't like people pitting people against each other. No, we're all unique and we need to be celebrated as that. That's one thing. But another thing is I'm not going to down another female. Now, we can have a private conversation, but like as far as like on a platform, because I feel like I represent every woman when I deal with people, especially people who are like brown. And I especially feel pressure to hold up in a very upright way my bloodline, my whole family. Like, I can't be out on these streets acting a fool. Like, I'm going to tell the truth, but I'm going to tell it a certain way, which, all praise to the Most High, brings it back to the issue that I have. I don't ever want to speak negative of another female. Not going to do that. But if I see something I don't like, I'm going to speak on it. Why are we glorifying toxic communication patterns? Is this a trend? Like, why are we calling our kids simple? First of all, we know this, but like really hardcore calling them simple, like to they think simple, like F this, F that. Basically telling our kids they ain't shit because their brain's not formed yet. Like, you understand that kids' brain is not fully formed until they're like 25. So what is this new toxic thing with like glorifying cussing out our kids and our spouses? Like, when is that ever cute? Don't you think that at some point that behavior that you're exhibiting in front of those children is going to turn on you? You don't think if your child sees you cuss out their dad, your boss, your best friend, your sister, their aunt, that at some point they're going to cuss your ass out? And then how you going to be mad about that? You taught them that. The school going to call you, blah, blah, blah. They cussed out this person, hit them, but you taught them that. How you going to be mad? Like, I don't even understand it. What irritates me is that I see so many moms who have such a big platform. They don't even think they're big. They're big to me. They get more views than me. Some of them, like, bro. And you use your platform to be toxic. That blows my mind. Like, I don't. Do you know how much I love having a YouTube? Do you know? First of all, I spent so much of my life not just being abused, but being ignored and not listened to. Maybe that's why I'm loud. I am not big of stature, but you're gonna hear me when I speak. Okay, I'm gonna move this whole room because you're not about to play with me. All right? But it's like, why would you use such a blessed opportunity to share your story, but be toxic? Like, that's crazy. I'm not proud that I've cussed my kids out. Can we all relate to cussing out one of these teenagers? Yes, yes, yes. Am I proud of it? No. Have I done it? Yes. So I plan on doing it again? No. My big thing is raising my voice, because sometimes it's like, stop it, stop. Because if you raise your voice, that like halts them, because they doing some dumb shit, but it halts them. I'm like, oh, stop. But like, as they're getting older and I'm learning more about them, because I'm not running my mouth as much and I'm starting to learn who they really are and not who I'm projecting myself onto them to be. And I'm like, yo, they fucked up inside. They fucked up. So it's like, I cannot just do whatever I want to do, say whatever I want to say, however I feel like saying it, because it's traumatizing them. And it's setting them up to have messed up relationships. Because, okay, you are bragging to your platform about cussing your kids out, right? But what you gonna do when your daughter gets older and call you like, oh, my boyfriend just cussed me out. Oh, my boss just cussed me out. You about to catch the charge, right? But it was okay for you to get on your platform and say you cuss out your kids. And now you want to put them on medication because they acting a fool, but maybe there's like no structure. Okay? Like, if I know I have a mental health disorder, and I know my kids have a mental health disorder, then I know my house needs to be in order. Like actual order, my act. Okay? Because kids that don't have any structure act a fool. A lot of kids out here, some of these kids are just disrespectful, but where does it come from? See, like, I have to dig deeper. Call it my scorpionic tendency and trait. But when something happens, I need to dig deeper. Like, I just can't look at someone's behavior and just be like, oh, they're such a horrible person. They did this. Why did they do that? What were they going through? Who were they around? You know what I mean? I gotta like investigate. I need to know the cause of things. That's just me. So it's like, if a child is being disrespectful, non-compliant, I'm not giving them a pass, but what are you doing? Are you spending enough time with them? Are you feeding them the way that their bodies need to be fed? Because sometimes, honey, your child just can't eat cheese, and you give them cheese and they constipated and crying all the time, acting a fool at school. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it could be that they want some attention or more some outside time, or maybe they just need to not be in a public school and be homeschooled because they have issues. So why are we sending our kids who are like neurodivergent into a public school where no one's going to have patience for them and they can't learn anyway because they're overstimulated and overwhelmed and like not inspired to learn? So why not just keep them home? Do you know you only need your GED or high school equivalent? Well, at least in Maryland, to homeschool your kid. And if you don't have it, they will help you get that. Like, I'm sorry, the things that were normal when I was growing up is not normal to me anymore. Going out to eat out. Absolutely not. That's how they poison kings. I don't want none of y'all food. Y'all just be like talking over the food, spitting over stuff for like fake nails falling out. Y'all got roaches and mice out in the back, and like nobody cares about their job. I don't want y'all food. Okay? The food I make is with love. Like, I really be putting my whole love and soul. Do you know I made turkey legs for them kids? I am vegan. I made turkey legs for these kids. Do you know, for 8 hours, I did nothing but stress about these turkey legs and make sure that they were seasoned properly and that they were tender enough because they want to talk about me like a dog. How you doing? But I just wanted them to know that I love them and I want them to be nourished and happy. Like, I stress about stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't know. That's just me. That's just stuff I think about. And that's another thing. Why are we calling ourselves good moms when we're doing the bare minimum? Do you think that feeding your child makes you a good mom? It really doesn't. Because if you're not spending time developing them, and that's why another reason I had to leave my 9 to 5, besides the fact that I had a manic episode, cut off my hair, and just could not leave the house for 3 months. Yeah, like, that was a rough year. Like, God, I miss working. That's okay. I'm developing my businesses. It's okay. I like moving around and get stuff done. But like, girl, I always have manic episodes because I lose it. I'm so sensitive to everything. And I spaz out. So I can't be around people. I feel like I'm trapped in a zoo. I feel like a wild animal around people because I can't not see what they're trying to hide. I can't not see what they are. And I cannot let people play with me. And it's just like crazy. It's sad. But yes, back to cussing these kids out. But I tell you, I felt so guilty. And it's like every day I strive to be better because I see how much my behavior affects them. I don't really get to have a bad day and just like cuss them out. Like my kids are like, they're super sensitive. They'd be like suicidal. Like, I don't know. I just don't think it's fair. I just wish it was more people in the mommy sector that did more than just like cleaning videos. Like, I really wish y'all would talk about y'all relationships, tell the truth about it. Stop letting people bully y'all out telling the truth about y'all lives. I feel like there's a couple mommies on here that like, y'all lying. Y'all be lying so bad. And I'll be like, yo, she's lying to the people. And it's crazy. Y'all, whatever, you ain't gonna bully me on my position. I'm gonna say what I went through because the point is we all have a different story to tell. And everybody's information is valuable. I watch so many people from all walks of life, and I love it. I love you too, yo. I love people's stories because I know where the hell I came from. I am a stranded baby. I don't know where the hell I came from. I ain't got no adoption papers or nothing. I'm allegedly adopted, but like, who knows where I come from? So I've always grown up as a people watcher. I find genetics and DNA so interesting. You know what I'm saying? I've always just been a little weirdo people watcher because I've always been alone. I've always just, my adopted parents were always at work. And I was just outside with the trees and the fairies. I don't give a fuck about whether people believe what I say. You can feel whether people tell you the truth. Everything is frequency. Like, even if you are high, you cannot be. Even when I was getting high, even at my highest, I was still out here doing spiritual things. I may not have been fully conscious, but like, I was always living that life. I was very asleep. But I'm awake now, and it's painful, especially with these intrusive thoughts. Like, what is that? I cut myself, so now I feel like So this is how the intrusive thoughts worked this week. Intrusive thoughts / spiritual attack, whatever. I'll be sitting here watching YouTube. All of a sudden, it feel like it's a steak knife running across my tongue. Then I'll like push that out of my mind. I'll pray about it, whatever. Try to like pray like circle of protection around myself. It'll be fine for like a half hour, and then boom, I feel like somebody stabbing me in my tongue. This is what I'm talking about. So it's like I have no space to have a relationship or to do anything but sit here and try not to be crazy, because it's like so many things are out of my control. And I'm like, if this is what I'm going through, and I'm almost 50, I don't even know how old I am. I don't even know what day it is, yo. I know what day my rent is due, and I know what day we get paid. That is literally it. I have so many calendars on my wall. I'll be so lost. If you move anything in my room, I will not know where I am. I won't even know if I'm in the dream realm or not. Like, shit is so crazy. And just see people be so mental and so spiritually sensitive and just throw their power around, or just be so like, can't read the room, just walking around here danger zones. Like, I know what I am. I know what I am. That's why my ass be where it is, okay? I'm not trying to be out here unhealed just doing stuff to people. Like, I'm trying to own my shit. But it's like, I don't like that. And that's another thing, the bag. Yo, I make $80,000 a month. Target haul! Are you insane? Are you bitches crazy? Like, okay, if you want to have an addiction, that's fine. But ain't that much addiction in the world gonna have me see 80 grand and I ain't got no land, bro. Y'all ain't. You want to call me a clown because I wear the same thing every day? Like, girl, let me get 80 grand for my YouTube channel. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So now we cussing out our kids and we fumbling bags, and I'm confused. And we're lying about our relationships. Why don't you just talk about what you go through being single moms, or single moms in relationships, or single mom in a fake relationship? I don't know. Talk about what it's like y'all don't got no spiritual gifts? Because y'all do a nice lace front. Do you know how to manifest? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the cornball. What do I know? I just be over here scrubbing my walls and drinking tea. I don't know how to do a lace front, but I do my own nails. That's what I was doing before here. Yo, I gotta change this time. First of all, I need to stop doing these lives every week. It's overwhelming. I get so overwhelmed and feeling so pressured. I shoot footage almost every day. So I'll shoot footage every day for like 2 weeks, and then I'll take a 2-week break. And then I'll shoot every day for 2 weeks, sometimes twice a day. Long form content. Because I don't have to make my short form content separate from my long form content. I simply just make short form content from my long form content. Like, you know what I'm saying? Optimize time. Because as I get old as hell, I start to understand my wealth is in my health and my time. Like, don't play with my time. That will really... Don't play with my food. Don't play with my kids. Don't play with my time. Oh, not in that order. I mean, don't play with my kids first. Fat ass. The kids come first. But yes, don't play with my time. And that's why the 9-to-5 thing makes me want to kill myself. Because just knowing that I have to be somewhere or else makes me want to die. Makes me want to die. I will take my chances by monetizing my wisdom. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to stay home and actually raise my kids, because I don't want them around anybody. And that's what brings me back to what I was saying earlier. It's just not normal for me to go out to restaurants, to hang out in social spaces, because there'd be demons walking around here looking like people. And I don't want to put my kids in public school. That's a no. The 2 boys are talking about going to college. I'm very excited. One wants to be an architect. The other one, like I said, he does the videography and stuff, so he wants to take business classes and whatnot. And my other chick, girl, like, who you been watching on YouTube? My only daughter, Justice, she wants to go to a trade school, you know, do the hair and all of that, because you can do the healing through the hair as well. And it's like, I want to use my platform to encourage people to accept their uniqueness, to accept their hair, to accept their skin, to accept their spiritual gifts, to accept that they may have a mental health condition, and you might need to make some changes, cut some people off, cut everybody off. 2024 was cut everybody off. Yeah, I cut everybody off, and I do not care. I would do it again. Sure would. All I got in my circle are my kids, because that's all that matters. And remember, I wasn't here like, yo, drop down in the comments if you got any ideas on what I should invest my money in when I get fully monetized. No, that's okay. I already know what I'm doing. I'm investing in my kids' businesses. That's it. I know they're going to succeed. Why would I not? 20 grand for you, 20 grand for you, 20 grand for you. Everybody has their own studio. Flip, flip, flip. Just 5% on the back end. But really, I'm going to put it in. I have an account that's for the whole family. I got like 7 accounts. And I'm so blessed that my kids trust me. I've been through so much with them, yo. I've been through so much. I feel like they belong to me and I don't want to share them with nobody. I'm here struggling. My son, he likes to prank me. He tried to fake move out 3 months ago. I thought my world was going to end. I was just like, I don't understand my purpose in life anymore. Girl, I be so ugly. Girl, I be so ugly, girl. It's ridiculous. I'm a Pisces rising. I can't help myself. But yeah, I don't understand why we are glorifying cussing out our kids. I don't like that. It hurts their feelings and it makes them be naughty. It makes them hate us. And they're gonna grow up to be tyrants. Y'all gonna like it's not enough to just feed them. First of all, okay. We have all had our times where we were eating less than healthy. But the more you know, the better you do. And when you have kids with certain sensitivities and you start to study food and you realize that there are certain things you cannot feed them, certain additives that make them retarded. So like, or hyperactive, or aggressive, so maybe change their diet and work on the communication skills. That's the biggest thing my family has to work on. Cause we like to snap, like we like to pray, like, but no, this is real life. This is not TikTok. We don't need to like be snappy at each other. Like respect needs to be shown because in real life, you're gonna get Mike Tyson if you don't show proper respect. Even in the animal, like we are part of the animal kingdom. At the end of the day, we're spirits trying to be gods and all of that. But yo, you an animal at the end of the day. Go 2 weeks without food or being able to wipe your ass and see how much of an elevated being you are. Like you an animal. So it's like I just wish that I could get on YouTube and see people in the mommy sector be a little bit more, I don't know, useful. Because I get that I don't like feeling like it's a money grab. I be wanting to support them so bad. I say I will sit through videos that I don't even want to watch them. But I do it because I just love women and I want to support mothers. But it's like I'm starting to I had to get this video out. Like, excuse me. Don't make me feel like a burden. I'm trying to support you, okay? I like you. I like you as a mom. You're not giving me. I feel like it's a one-sided relationship. I'm giving you views, but you're not teaching me nothing. You're not talking to me about your mental health, your relationship with God. Like that's what I need to know. I need to know how other women think. What do you really go through? Because I ain't coming over here telling the truth about how I feel. I don't give a damn. I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how y'all really think. Like, do y'all be saying the stuff that I see? I know. Listen, I know y'all kids know some crazy stuff, like spiritual stuff. Because I could tell you some stuff. And, like, that's what I want to hear about. Y'all up here beefing and talking about, oh, the reactors. But first of all, they just can. Like, you pleading, and not all reactors are bullies, but the ones that are, and y'all know who you are, you pleading with bullies to stop bullying you. Get to the bag. This is your job. Come here, tell your story, log off. Go to real life. Like I said, my schedule where I work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, but you'll never know it because I drop videos every other day no matter what. I got videos dropped all the way almost till January. I be like a month ahead of myself. The video that you see tomorrow, I shot that 2 months ago because I am bipolar. I cannot just wake up and be like, oh, I'm going to shoot. I'll wake up and forget that I'm even a YouTuber. It's not funny. I'm serious. Like, I went 6 months and forgot that I made music. I'm for real. It's crazy. I'm so blessed to have my platform and finally have people that understand what I'm saying. Yo, people write me such long, and I do read all of my comments, but I have my comments on strict. So anything that's like overly racist or whatever, it won't get to me. YouTube does very well with weeding out my comments. And it's also done well with pushing my content pretty much to people who watch me all the time. So I really don't get too many negative comments anymore. But it's like, I'm so blessed to have this platform and to be able to share my story because so many women have had to suffer in silence and not be able to connect with anyone. So many people have just taken themselves out because they didn't have anybody be like, yeah, girl, I went through the same thing. Look, girl, this is what I did. And our sisters could be alive right now. Their kids could be alive. You got sisters out here thinking that their kids, now I'm not saying some of their kids aren't hosting demons. But, like, a lot of that is childhood trauma, and they're acting out because of that. And it can become that they are an open wound and open themselves up to be invaded by lower-level entities. And now their eyes turning dark, and they scrawling on the walls, feces, and acting a fool. Not that my kids have ever done, just saying, you know what I'm saying. And just a little bit of spiritual work, a little bit of prayer, a lot of prayer, and some therapy. And more people would be alive right now. I wish I could have been a better support system for my ex-husband. But, I can't do anything to change the past. I can just keep it real with myself and do better. But now that I do have a platform, oh baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like I just started. I've only been so in January 2025 it'll be 2 years. So I'm like a year and a half old in this game. And I feel like every video I shoot, I get better. And I shoot pretty much every day. But it's become a passion. I didn't realize how long I wanted to do this and how meaningful it is to me. Because I feel like we are all a tribe. We all should help each other. And it's not hard to do. So I enjoy sharing my story with people. I enjoy getting to know how people work. I enjoy reading people's they don't even be comments. Sometimes they're just like paragraphs of people talking to me about things that they've been through. And that means so much to me. But that's why I get really pissed off at these moms, especially the single moms that just mess up a bag. Like, it's crazy. I get, maybe the first time you get 20 grand, you might blow. That sounds crazy. What you mean you blew the first 20 grand you got? We ain't making no excuses for these hoes. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because at this point, like, you're not 18 years old. No, we're not doing how much stuff that, listen, I get so much anxiety watching some of these moms with all the stuff they have in their house. Sometimes I just go around and I throw away stuff just because having too much stuff causes me anxiety. I can't tell when the last time I bought clothes. I'm pretty sure these are the same clothes I bought when I got my tax return in 2021. Yeah. And the only reason I'm finna buy some clothes next year is because I lost weight. Even my yoga pants are getting, what's it called, baggy. That's crazy. Because, girl, I stopped eating bread and rice because I knew I had a video shoot coming up. So for 3 months, I just stopped eating bread and rice. And I think I lost, I don't even want to lie. I was about to say 10 pounds. I don't know how many pounds I lost, but I know I lost inches. My pants are baggy. And it's not cute. But all praise to the Most High. But yeah, like, watch me build my dynasty. Everything I get on here, it's not going to be every week now. It's going to be every other week. So what I figured I was going to alternate between when I have therapy and when I don't have therapy. I have therapy every other week on Zoom. Okay, so the weeks that I don't have therapy, I will do the lives and I'll alternate because that's all about that's as much interaction as I can take. My kids soak up all of my energy, and I've had to learn how to have healthy boundaries, and I've had to teach them how to have healthy boundaries and stop making yourself so accessible to people and getting upset and snapping at them because you literally cannot. It gets to a point where I cannot listen to you talk to me no more, bro. I gotta peace out. I gotta go stare at the wall. Sometimes my kids walk in, and there might be a YouTube video playing in the background, just because sometimes I feel like the noise helps me with my intrusive thoughts. But I'm staring out the window, and I'm looking at the birds, and I'm breathing. Or sometimes I'm staring at the wall. I have a mural on my wall, and I'll look at that, and I'm just breathing. I try to just remember God throughout the day and just be like, thank you. I try not to ask for anything. I try not to. I pray a circle of protection around me. And earlier today, I was like, you know what? Return to sender, because if I am being spiritually attacked, and that's what this Nas in my tongue thing is, get him. Because I don't usually pray like that. But it came across me to start praying like that. So, you know what? If I know I got people praying for my downfall, which is crazy, because I would never do that to somebody. But girl, whatever. Everybody ain't you. You need to start. Protection is one thing, but you need to have some warring prayers. Like, no, get up out of here. But yeah, we gotta stop cussing our kids out. That's not cute. So over the past week, I have done a lot better. This is what helped me. The thing that makes me want to cuss them out the most is having to repeat myself about stuff I've been saying to them every day for like the past 3 years. So I finally, on my birthday, I decided I'm not finna repeat myself, because at the end of the day, you already know what you did wrong. You already know how I feel about it. I'm very vocal. Okay. Lyrics is what I do for a living. Words are my life. I repeat myself, and I've been repeating myself, and it was starting to drive me crazy. So now I just leave them in the space of what they have done wrong, and they rectified it. I realized I had to make a space for them to self-correct. I wasn't doing that. I was micromanaging them, and they don't need that. My son came to me. He was like, you know, it says in my chart that I'm going to have an overbearing mother. And I do. I was like, you think I'm overbearing? He was like, yeah. And so I asked his siblings, I was like, you think I'm overbearing? They were like, yeah. Apparently everybody knew that except for me. And I'm like, well, can you explain that? And the way he explained it, it was more like, just micromanage too much. Just don't give them the space to just like figure shit out on their own. So now, like, I do a lot less reacting. I find I don't have to, I'm managing my triggers instead of, I'm realizing that the things that they are doing, they're not doing it to piss me off. Just because it pisses me off, just because I allow it to piss me off, does not mean that they did it on purpose. Their little neurodivergent asses are not thinking at all about what I think they should be thinking about. And it's crazy to think that you should be thinking that they should be thinking about what you're thinking about. So maybe you need to just disconnect your emotions from their behavior, mom, since you are the mom, and just chill the fuck out. I've been watching a lot of moms that are autism moms. Now, those are good moms. Patient. Some of them kids be whooping their ass. I couldn't do it. But great moms, very patient. I learned how to try to be more patient because I'm like, okay, they're not being disrespectful. They have issues. You gotta learn how to manage them better. Like, I want to be a great leader to my people. I want to be sitting around a campfire on my land outside in a clearing that I cleared with my hands, with my kids, with my grandbaby sitting around me in a campfire telling them stories. I want to be a great leader to my people. I can't do that cussing them out and messing up my YouTube bag doing Target hauls. It's crazy. I feel like the world is crazy. But I'm the one in therapy, so maybe it's me. I don't know. I love my kids. I just want to be a better parent. That's what I be. I wake up, I'll just say, Lord Holy Spirit, please let me be a good mom today. Because I already be ready to kirk out. Like, how you wake up and you just already just like, Because I know that kitchen ain't clean. It's like, girl, chill out. That shit don't matter. Because your kids could be dead and they're not. So how about you just be grateful for what you had? Because there's some women who cannot have kids. There's some women who have lost their kids. I just got to be grateful and keep pushing because it's not enough to just feed them. We have to develop them and make them great people. It's not enough. Listen here. I went through hell developing these kids. They need to become great people. And I don't mean famous. I don't mean super disgustingly rich. I mean impactful. Impactful. You know, a leader to their people. Helpful. Go back to Baltimore. Buy up some land. Help these kids. You know what I'm saying? Impactful. Learn how to heal. Use your natural gifts and, you know, the doing of the hair and the videography and the photography to help empower people. Because I tell you, a nice haircut, a beautiful picture can change somebody's life. So we can use our God-given talents and the things that make us happy, not just monetize it, but use it to help people spiritually. So we're like paying it forward. And somewhere in there, hopefully God forgives us for our sins. Because I've hurt a lot of people, and not even on purpose, and some on purpose. Because I felt like they deserved it. But, you know, trying to do better. I'm no saint. I don't know if I want to be a saint. I have integrated my shadow. I accept my dark side. Wait, now not all of it. Because there's this one part that's like, girl. But we're working on it. But I just have had to be a lot calmer with my kids. And I found at this stage of me developing myself into a more patient parent, it's better just for me to shut down. I've been doing a lot of You know what I'm saying? And it's had much more of an effect. I get a better reaction out of them when I'm not yelling at them. Because when I start yelling at them or acting a fool, you know you messed up when you cussed them out and then 15 minutes later you hear them cussing out their sibling. Well, how you going to ground them? You just cuss them out. And my kids are like monkeys. They do exactly what they see me do. Like, it's annoying. Especially when they eat all my food. Because you are not even vegan. Go eat your meat and get out my face. I love them. They're going to teach you how to be a better child. Or a better child. Yeah, a child of God. A better child of God. They push me to be a better child of God. Because I be begging, God, please. God, please. Like, I literally cannot do it without your guidance. Because what is wrong with teenagers? Like, what is wrong with teenagers? And yes, of course they don't have common sense. They don't have common sense. Their brain is still growing. And that's why it's important that we develop ourselves and we educate ourselves as parents about like the human body and about science and about development, because then you know your child doesn't have common sense because their brain is still developing. So maybe don't make them feel inadequate and don't make them feel less than by attacking them for not caring about the things that your adult brain cares about. I had to learn this the hard way, but I don't want to destroy my child because I don't want to leave behind monsters. It's not enough to just keep popping out babies and feeding them and sending them to school. It's not enough. We have to develop them into great people, great human beings. We have to like evolve as a human race. Like, y'all don't give a damn about evolving human race. You just want to keep popping out babies and just feeding them and like, oh, I'm a good mom because I fed my kids. What? I mean, don't you be like partying and doing threesomes and stuff on the weekend and stuff like that? Don't you be like doing that? Like, how do you think you a good mom? You doing all this other side shit. You like prioritizing other relationships and stuff. You don't do spending time with your kids. How you gonna say you're a good mom because you feed them? Okay. I mean, the education part don't matter. The relationship with spirit don't matter. The relationship with nature don't matter. Y'all don't be talking to trees. Oh, okay. Cleaning up litter? Nothing. Reading books? No. Okay. We going to Target? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's not good enough for me. Like, I'm gonna need to like push this as far as I can go because just surviving is not enough for me. Just feeding my kids doesn't make you a good mom. It doesn't make me feel fulfilled. I want to heal everything that's wrong with me. And then I want to help my kids heal everything that's wrong with them because they want to be parents too. I don't know why they still want to be parents, but like that's really all they know. And thank God that they still do want to have families, even though they had a shit mom and dad for a very long time. That don't make you feel bad. You don't feel guilty when you're just like cussing your kids out. Because I almost cut my finger off over it. And it took almost 2 months for my finger to heal. And low key, I'm glad that I'm having these. Like, it's crazy. Because, like, can you imagine the sensation of being stabbed in your tongue randomly every 15 minutes for, like, the past 3 days? And that's what I've been going through. It just won't stop. And I, like, somewhere inside of me, I know I'm doing it to myself. I feel like I'm doing it to myself. And I don't necessarily know how to make it stop. I hate my brain sometimes. But I have to figure out a way to do it. Because, ultimately, I feel like I'm doing it to myself. But I'm glad it's happening because it's making me remember the lesson that's behind that. Because the tongue really is that sharp. It really is like a sword. And we really do cut down our men, our sisters, our animals. People be talking shit to their animals. You piece of da-da-da-da-da-da. What? What? Why are we doing that? I don't like it. I just wanted to say that. And so I'm never going to be up here. First of all, you're not going to get me any mess. If you drop in my comments and tell me, girl, what? Let me tell you a story. This is how I deal with stuff like that. So it was me and 2 of my kids, right? So we out and we had our dog. Rest in peace, the sweater, right? So we have him. Left him in the car. We were going to run in the dollar store real quick. I think we were even getting something for him. A bone. I don't know. So I cracked the window like you're supposed to. And we got to go in the store, right? So I get about 3 feet from my car. This lady rolls up this way. This white lady looked like Martha Stewart. Rolls up. Skirt! Pops up the car. I know you're not allowed to leave that dog in that car! Yo! I know you're not allowed to leave that dog in that car! Let me tell you what. My Capricorn looked like this. My Gemini went like this. And he went to go like, oh, hell no, I know that bitch. I said, well, first of all, you be quiet. I looked at her. I did one of them. And, like, when I looked at her, I seen everybody in the store, everybody on the street, everybody on the cars turn around and look at me to see how I was going to react. You know what I did? I did that and walked in the store. And then I hurried up and bought my stuff because I didn't know she was finna call the police. But, yeah. And you know what she did? Looked stupid and got her car and pulled off. You know what my son wanted me to do at first? Cuss her out. That's bad for business, honey. That's bad for the melanin tribe. That's not good for race relations. Who is doing that? Like, no. Don't let these tattoos fool you. Okay? You're not going to get that out of me. Are you crazy? First of all, mind your business. Second of all, I'm not going to get out of character. Again, want to be a great leader. I'm not going to do that. But let me tell you what else happens. So we leave. We go to T-Mobile. Now, I'm playing it cool, right? But on the inside, I'm shook. I'm getting approving looks from everyone around that observed it, right? But on the inside, I have fucking anxiety. I don't even like going outside, and this is what happens. So we get in the car, we drive to T-Mobile, right? So now I'm hyper aware that people are, like, looking to see what I'm doing with the dog. So I'm like, I'm going to turn the air on and leave the car running and leave the dog in the car. So I tell everybody to get out, put the keys in the car, turn on the air conditioned. Still cracked the window. No, I didn't crack the windows. Did I crack the window? I did. I cracked the back window just the tiniest little bit in the back, so you get his nose out. But I left the air on, cause now you can't say nothing, right? So we get out the car. We go on T-Mobile. My daughter like, Ma, you left the keys in the car. I was like, I know, girl, cause ain't no more Karen's about to run up on me. Pretty, he got air conditioning. Spinner doing good. She was like, but Ma, how you gonna get back in the car? I was like, what? She said, if you left the keys in the car, how are we gonna get back in the car? I was like, yo, did y'all lock all the keys? Did y'all lock all the doors? She was like, yeah, we locked the doors. You told us don't get out the car without locking the door. I was like, are all the doors locked and the car's running and the dog is in the car? She was like, yeah. I said, oh my God, that fucking car. So that's the day I found out that you can call 911 and the fire people will come and unlock your car if you leave your dog or your human in there with it running. And I got AAA after that. That's all I got for you. I love you. Thank you for so much for spending time with me here in Fairy World. If you're interested in videos about single parenting, mental health, spirituality, my life story called Blue Girl Wrapped in Brown, indoor gardening, I think that's everything. Check out my playlist. If you're interested in checking out my music, it's available on all music streaming platforms worldwide under my artist name, The Fairy of Abyss. I love you so much, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace. Oh, yeah. Okay. So during the winter time, I think I'm going to move this live to earlier because, girl, I've been ready for bed since like 6:30. So I'm probably going to move this live to 7:30, 7:13, 7:13. And then every other week. Because, girl, I'll be done. I love you. Be kind to your kids and don't mess up your bed. Peace.